What to do on your first week of work as a virtual assistant. Hey, so this is Christian here. I'm the operations specialist for Feva. And in today's video, I'm gonna be talking about what you should do on your first week of work if you're an online worker, virtual assistant, appointment setter, graphic designer, video editor, media buyer. This applies really to any virtual employee at a company, especially if you're working remote overseas, because you have no idea how many people don't perform on their first week of work and they miss a great chance. So they are either fired or replaced, or for some reason, it doesn't work out. The employer says, I want someone else, pretty much. So in this video, I'm gonna tell you what to do to avoid being replaced or fired on your first week. So the first thing you need to do when you start a new job is arriving on time. Okay, every single day of your first week, you're gonna be evaluated more than any other time. So at that time, you need to show up on time, ready for work, and most importantly, show up. You have no idea how many candidates get fired or replaced in their first week because of not showing up or showing up late repeatedly. So in American companies, if you're an overseas employee working for an American company, typically businesses move fast. That means, that brings me to the second point. So you should be constantly on the lookout for communication. You should beforehand in the onboarding call with your boss or employer, be deciding on a communication channel, whether it's gonna be Slack, text, email, Facebook. Typically agencies, for example, digital marketing agencies use Slack. So communication might be through Slack, or they can tell you it's gonna be through Basecamp, email, etc., Discord. So whatever channel is agreed on, you need to be checking there. The third thing you need to do is access any tools, Google Drive, accounts, softwares, project management tools, CRM, whatever they give you credentials for. They might invite you through email or Slack or with a link to any software, CRM, etc. So you need to log in there, ask for the password if they don't provide them, and check what those tools are. Hopefully you are already familiar with the tools. But if you're not, then take the time to familiarize with the tools and, most important, access them. Because a lot of people are gonna show and they are gonna know when you're not accessing those tools. Now, the fourth point, check everything that you need to do on a day-to-day task, on a day-to-day basis, your daily tasks. If you're assigned your daily tasks, then your responsibility is making sure that they are done by the end of the day. And most likely, in many jobs, in many remote jobs, the employer is going to be using time tracking. So that means they're going to see when you're working or not. If they're using Screenshot Monitor, they're going to see when you're actually working or when you're not working. So you should be careful about doing things that are not related to work during work, because you might get caught, and that might be the end of the job before the first week ends. Now, if you have a more higher level position, for example, a media buyer, or let's say a creative person, you might not get detailed instructions on everything what to do. In that case, you need to identify what are the top priorities to do, what are the lower level tasks, and then act accordingly. So you always do the first thing, the most important thing first, the least important thing last. And if you don't get any instruction, for example, let's say your position is more abstract, you're a remote operations and integration specialist, so you're in charge of improving operations. In that case, in your first week, you need to assess any processes, any situations that can be improved, come up with a plan, come up with a strategy, and either propose if there is an implementation team, or go ahead and start implementing. If you are in a position where all day-to-day tasks are very clear and they are given to you, for example, an admin virtual assistant or call caller, where you have a quota of calls to do in a day, then make sure by the end of the day you're organizing your time from beginning to end to make sure those tasks are done. Finally, point number 5, one of the most important things. Regularly check in with your employer, with your boss, with the agency owner or the business owner. So first of all, they make sure that you are doing the work. Second, they get familiar with you. Third, you should definitely introduce yourself to other team members unless you have specific instructions not to. So make sure that they know what you're providing to the table, and make sure if in the company they don't do end of day reports, make sure at the end of the day to report what you have done and how you have added value to the company. Because really you get paid to add value to the company, not just to do XYZ tasks. So hope that helps. And for more videos like this, make sure to subscribe to my channel. Subscribe to my channel in the bottom below. And also like and comment if you have any idea or any question on what you can do in your first week of work.